In this video, we're going to look at how you can make your chatbot send back replies to a user based on the options they're choosing. And to begin with, I want you to try experimenting, because I think based on what we've done, you might be able to figure out how to do this next bit. Think about, how did we make our chatbot begin with a sequence of messages? What did we have to do? What was the key we had to use? How might we try and use that to make our chatbot respond with a certain message after the user selects a reply? So experiment, see if you can do it. So now you've had an experiment, let's see what we can do. Our chatbot currently offers, would you like to hear a joke? Yes or no. And we can respond, but it's not saying anything back. Let's sketch out what we would like it to say in response. There's one where the bot actually is going to offer apology, because when you ask it to say a joke, it's going to be like, sorry, I'm actually not programmed to do that. It's a bit of a misleading, deceptive bot, but there we go. And then the other is, if you say, no, I don't want to hear a joke, when the bot will be relieved, it will express relief. And it will say, I'm glad I didn't know anyway. So now I want to somehow link yes when I select it, this thing here. I want to link it to this thing here. And I said, think about, how did you make the bot say consecutive messages? We were using this trigger property. Does that help? Well, if you've not already tried experimenting, here we go. Let's put a trigger on this yes. What do I want to trigger? I want to trigger the bot giving an apology. So would you like to hear a joke? Yes. Oh, he's not programmed to do that, but he's responded. So let's see. No, that should trigger the relief in my bot. Would you like to hear a joke? No. Didn't know anyway. Huh, well, it's a bit of a, not a very good joke-telling bot, but it is one that is responding with what we want it to say based on the user options. How great is that? So now, to check your own learning, see if you can do something similar. But maybe make the chatbot actually tell a joke, and you might have to do a sequence of messages for that, so tying together different things we've been using. So now you had a go at that. Let's try this. So rather than apologizing, the bot is actually going to set us up for a joke. So a bot is going to give a kind of setup to begin with. The setup is, how do robots eat guacamole? And after that, the bot's going to give us a punchline. And that message is, with microchips, haha, lol. So now let's link that together. So, how do robots eat guacamole? That should trigger the punchline after that. So trigger bot/punchline, lead on to that. And yes should actually lead on to the setup. So, would you like to hear a joke? Yeah! How do robots eat guacamole? With microchips. Oh. But there we go. Chatbot is telling us a joke because we asked it to. How great. In terms of getting stuck on this, here is one kind of mistake which some people might make when they're attempting this. Pause the video, take a moment, look at that, decide what do you think is wrong with this, and how do you think it probably needs to be corrected. So if we look at kind of feedback, would like to hear a joke? No, and then it's kind of implied we're not getting anything else back. But we have a specific no joke message we probably want to show, right? Would you like to hear a joke? No, bah humbug. That makes sense. And that's why this kind of naming convention is helpful, because it also tells us some intent. This is intended to be the response when the bot doesn't tell a joke. So in this case, we probably want to fill in the trigger here. Label no, trigger, bot, no joke. And now, to embed this learning, you can go away and you can just continue your chatbot for as long as you want and make it respond differently to the user based on what they choose. You might give them 3 options, 4 options, it's up to you. And you can be in charge of that decision tree now. Like when they say this, then I lead them down here and I give them this option, And then based on what they choose there, then they go down this path or that path, because that's using all the concepts that we've learned before. Because you already know how to make it respond with options. You know how to make those options give a choice to the user. You know how to make that choice from the user lead to more options, which can lead to another choice, more options, and so on. So you can keep the conversation going for as long as you want. And that means you're now ready to build any chatbot conversation that you would like to, which is based around those options. So have a go at that, get stuck in. In this video, we looked at making the bot respond to the options the user selected. Now you can do any conversation, and so in the next video, we're going to look at how can you share your chatbot creation with the world.